Hi everyone. In the store the other day there was bareroot roses, and I'm going to show you how I plant them, or how I prepare to plant them. So yeah, let's get into this video. So now what I'm doing is this plastic bag, it'll have this metal wire around it holding the bag on. And I just took a pair of wire cutters, or what they call them, diagonal cutters. I just went and went up against it and cut, being careful not to cut the plant. And then I can just pull it apart and I can throw that away. These bareroot roses, they come with, most of them come with the name of the plant. You're going to want to save that, because in a future video I'll show you how I make aluminum tags. Yeah, so then what I do next is I just pull this plastic apart at the seam that they have all the way down to the bottom, and then I just pull the plant out, and they pack it full of like a sawdust material, and they wrap it in paper. This paper, I'm just gonna throw it away. I don't need it. The plant don't need it. I know. I mean, it will get messy. That's why I have a bucket here to catch all this sawdust, because you'll use this sawdust when planting. You can get rid of that paper and the plastic, and then you'll be left with this sawdust with roots, hopefully. And you just wanna, what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna break this sawdust away from the plant very lightly. So that way you don't damage the roots too bad. So now what you're left with is, you're left with some of these straggly roots, hopefully. And then you're left with like, what it looks like is maybe some of the bigger roots that the nursery cut off. So what you're going to want to do is, you're going to want to take some scissors or pruners. At least that's what I'm going to do. And I'm going to just cut a little bit off the end of each of these thicker roots and these thinner stringy roots. And then you're going to need another bucket to soak it in water. Alright, so I got some clippers, some pruners. I use isopropyl alcohol to disinfect these, because roses, they can get different diseases very easily, so you don't want them getting disease. So yeah, I'm just going to clean them the best I can. It's not going to be perfect. There. So now I'm going to take my bareroot. I'm just going to just snip like just a little bit off. And what this does is, when you soak it in the bucket, it's going to allow it to have a fresh end to soak up more water into this plant, because it hasn't been in the ground in a while. So I'm just taking the ends off. You don't have to go crazy. And these smaller straggly roots, I'm just gonna nip them a little bit too. I'd say that's good. That's what I want it like. Now I got these ends cut. I'm gonna soak it in water for I'm gonna do it like a couple hours. I don't want to go too long because that'll most likely promote rot to the roots, and I don't want that when I plant it in the ground. Okay, so I thought I'd take you off the tripod and show you how far I am soaking the roots. So there's the roots, and they're going down to just where the top of this root area right here goes into the water. And I don't want this bud union here in the water, because if you think about it, that ain't gonna be in the ground, so we don't want that soaking in water. The bare root, it's done soaking, so now I'm gonna dig a hole for this to set in. I'm gonna dig it like, I don't know, probably like, it's supposed to be like 2 times the depth it should be, like to the bottom of this, to here, and like 2 times the width, but like, yeah, I'll see what I can do. So what I'm first gonna do is I'm gonna take this layer of grass off by slanting the shovel like this. And this makes it easier. That way when you chop up the soil later, you don't have like a bunch of grass clumps in your soil. And you can mix up the soil easier instead of having grass all through. Now I'm going to dig the hole using the shovel. Set it to the side of it. Now I'll check if it's deep enough. That's as deep as I'm gonna go. You could go deeper, like 2 times the amount to give it more room, but this is as deep as I want to go. And use the shovel to see kind of how deep it is. It's up to there. I'm gonna say I want it about like an inch, this bud union right here. I want it above, about an inch above the soil. Yeah. Okay, so now that we're a little bit closer, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna form like a cone for this to sit on, and I'll move like the roots out in the hole, just so that way they're spread out, so that way they don't twist around itself. I'm gonna check it. And that looks pretty good right there. Now I'll show you how to mix the soil up. So let's go do that. So the mixture that I'm gonna be doing for putting back in the hole that I dug, putting it around the roots of the bare root rose. Doing it in thirds. I'm gonna have like some native soil that I dug out of that hole, and then I'm gonna have that packing material sawdust that the bare root came in, and then I also got some potting mix. So I'm gonna mix those up right here. So yeah, just make sure that you mix it thoroughly. Show you what it looks like. It's mixed up. Now what I'm gonna do is I like to use Epsom salt based on the research that I was looking at. I'm just gonna use about like, I don't know, five teaspoons. Is I'll get like an all-purpose granular fertilizer, 2 tablespoons. That in well too. That looks good. Looks something like that. So now we got the rose at the height that we want it. I put mine about an inch above where the soil level is going to be. The bud unions. Here's the soil. Now we're just going to fill this in. And as you're filling it in, just pat it down, because you don't want air bubbles around the roots, because that'll dry the roots out, and then your plant won't do so good, or it'll either die when it gets warm out and dry. Now, I ran out of soil to fill it up to the top, just because I didn't mix up enough. So I'm going to go mix up some more. Okay, so I'm back with some more soil mixture, and I'm just going to continue putting it around the bare root rose. And then just tamp it down or pat it down. And then what I'll do is I'll get like 2.5 gallons of water and slowly water it in. Okay, so now I got about like 2.5 gallons of water. Now I'm just gonna slowly water the bare rose that we just planted. It's about 2 gallons, about 2 gallons of water I just put on it. And then let that seep into the ground, and then I'll give it some more. Neighbor's vacuuming or leaf blowing. Don't know if the camera's catching it. that's all that I do for planting bare roses. Um, right now it's like beginning of spring. I mean, it's still winter, but like it's like towards the end of winter. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe to this new YouTube channel that I started. I'd appreciate that if you could. Thank you for watching, and have a good day.